Thokozani Bokoko Nabomkhulu, it's Thursday. I'm super exhausted. I even have bags. I'm Gogo Lerato. I'm Gogo Kandalembube. Let's pray and then I'm going to give a 2 minutes session. Ntata rona magodimong pitso la o la letswe ho tle moswao tatwetse lefatsheng jalo ka e tswa lehodimong o re fe ka jeno bobe bo re lekaneng ba tsatsing le leng o re tshwarele melato ya rona jalo ka o re tshwarela ba re sitelwang o se re se moleko o merelwang le ho ye mobe hobane mmuso kwa hao le matla le kganya le kgalelo jalo ka o sa feleng. Amen. Amen. Okay. I'm going to do a quick teaching for those this before. It's a long story. I'm going to do a quick teaching for those who are struggling on their spiritual journey, whether it's a prophetic gift or it's an ancestral gift, whichever way, right? The question that I indirectly get most of the time, especially from people who grew up in largely Christian families, is, where does my gift come from? Is it a gift from Idlozi or is it a gift from God? Or what does God say about an ancestral gift? It's at the heart of all of our issues, Bokoko Nabomkhulu. And it's so interesting that when we go into our own spirituality as Africans, we are initially we want to say, okay, I grew up in a Christian family. And then with time, we do get the narrative that, okay, well, the Bible came with the colonizer and all of that. But then again, idlozi lakho or even idlozi lakho ends up driving you back now through your prophetic gift to what looks like a Bible-based gift. So what is it? Is it that we get our gift from God, or do we get our gift from our ancestors who have died? What is the issue? And I think it's also going to help for the ones that are ephehlweni and or the bathwasile and they're having troubleshoot with their spirituality. All right. Bokoko Nabomkhulu, it's funny, I had an interview yesterday and I was explaining that the word mudimu, God, mudimu, kastswana, mo means right here. Dimu, high, ascended. So mudimu is an ascended present moment. Mudimu is an abstract, all pure love, all pure knowing entity that has got no interest in making itself visible or tangible to people. It is so sure of itself that it does not require the validation of being pointed at or of being, or being demonstrated as it's in its entirety, or of being demonstrated as an entity, as a unit, right? Sedimu means say that. Dimu, that which is ascended, right? All forms of creation are coming from God. At every level of creation, at every level of vibration is God, right? God is not only the ascension of a particular moment in time. Here's a good example. Let's say you are at your desk, right? And you get inspiration. You get a modimo moment. Most of the time, because you are tied to the desk and you've got work to do, that inspiration, it comes and you don't expatiate on it in your own mind. You don't even at least write it down because you are busy with interviews, or not interviews, with meetings or deadlines, right? And that's the thing. Modimo is a inspiration, is a thought that comes up at a particular any time. So at the moment when you were thinking probably an idea that could have been the best idea of your life, that would change your life, right? That was the highest version of your creative thought at that moment. But you opted for a lower vibrational creative thought at that moment, being your deadline, being what you needed to do, right? And you parked that one. right? It's very interesting how Mudimu is the highest and lowest vibrational thought of every moment. Actually, the creation or the expansion of Mudimu is a moment by moment thing. When you are tired, that is Modimu saying, let the body rest. But again, when you are tired, the need to go and do whatever says, no, I will drink coffee or caffeine or whatever. So there again, you are choosing a lower vibrational form of Modimu. Modimu at that moment is saying, body needs to rest, body will be more productive in 30 minutes, right? So Modimu, the vibration of God, always has a relativity. The vibration of God always has the choice element, always has the highest good decision, inspiration that you can take at a particular moment, and also presents itself with the opportunity for you not to take that moment, right? And here's the thing with Mudimu. Because Mudimu, God, is a moment by moment spiritual ascension, Modimu will bring up a very similar or an exact inspiration to you, maybe at a different time, when you are more susceptible, when you are more open, right? So that's Mudimu, right? Sedimu now becomes God in every life form, in every spiritual form, high and low. And I'm going to teach about the interesting, this I'm actually building up towards indaba yomdliwa and amadlozi ethu, right? Sedimu would be vibration of all that has been created at every level, from the lowest vibrational sense of being, state of being, to the highest vibration of ascended mastery, right? That is Sedimu, right? Mudimu, we can all agree, does not have an identity, right? The moment we give or we personify Mudimu, right, creating in our minds an entity, creating characteristics of a human being, the moment we personify Mudimu, which is an abstract inspiration, moment, thought in that moment, when we put an identity to that, then we say Badimu. Ba, those. Those that have ascended. Badimu. So actually, Badimu are an interpretation of God. They are a personified interpretation of God, right? Badimu give the gift, but they don't. The gift comes from Modimu, the trigger, the initial inspiration. Badimu guide you, the individual, right? Because we need the personification of God. We say that God is a spirit in us, right? But we resonate more with the God identity, that we are all created in his image. So clearly imagery is very important, right? Clearly personification to understand divinity is important. And that's what Badimu is. It becomes the multiplication, right? The conglomerate, personified, multiplied versions of God. Parts that if you really were to take your DNA, you would be able to find. So what we actually call Badimu is our genetics. It is our genetics moved back a couple of years back, right? But the spirit is the same. Spirit of God, spirit of one source, spirit of one entity. Thokozani bogogo nabomkhulu.